Okay, we're going to go ahead and get started. I understand there's a little bit of traffic, but I also want to be respectful of everyone's time. I'd like to introduce myself. My name is Graham Westerberg. I'm the athletic director here at Holton. I want to welcome everyone to the 2022-2023 athletic celebration. We're here to host and celebrate every team on their success throughout this past year, and I'm excited to honor those individuals and teams who have had so much success. I want to begin tonight by asking Susanna Jones, our head of school, though, to say a few words before we begin. Please welcome Susanna.
Good evening, everybody. And I just first want to say, I think I said this last year, but I just think it's really great that, and some of you probably don't even remember that we didn't do it this way because it was all before COVID, but I think this is a wonderful way to celebrate our athletic program, our athletes, and our coaches, to have everybody from the entire year together in one place. And that allows you really to celebrate each other, not just in the season in which you played and the other athletes from that season. So I think this is really great. So this is obviously my last time that I'm going to stand up and talk about athletics with you and to talk about Holton athletics. And so it's a special moment, and I've been trying to decide exactly what I wanted to say. And I think there are several things that I want to say. First of all, I believe that athletics are incredibly important. And they're incredibly important because there are so many lessons that you can learn from doing athletics, and there are also lots of things that you gain from doing athletics. And that is whether you are an athlete, somebody who thinks of herself as an athlete, somebody who excels in athletics, or not. And I think that's one of the really key important parts. And I know many of you have heard me say this before, but it would be impossible to describe me as an athlete. Impossible. And most of you know the story about how I went to school when I was in 10th grade. I went off to boarding school. You've heard the whole story about how my parents drove 5 hours and cried the whole way, right? You've heard that story. This part of the story I don't think I usually tell, which is that when I got there, I had really not a whole lot of goals in mind of what I was going to do, but one of them, I know I've sometimes told the story, but one of them was that I wanted to make the varsity field hockey team. I played field hockey since I was 9 years old, and so it's fall's field hockey. Field hockey's fall sport, right? So I go out and I try out for the field hockey team, and not at all surprisingly, I ended up on the JV team, and I loved my coach, and she was really phenomenal. But the really important part of that was that well, there are two important parts of this story. One is I did finally make the varsity briefly as a senior, and I was so bad that even as a senior, she cut me and sent me back to JV. And several weeks into the season. And honestly, I really wasn't working very hard. I totally deserved it. At that point, I said, it doesn't really make a lot of sense for me as a senior to be taking up a spot on JV. I'm just going to quit and play club, which I did. But I did a whole lot of other things in those 3 years at school that were wonderful and that meant enormous amounts to me, and I learned and I grew, and the fact that I never made the varsity field hockey team didn't actually really matter. But that's not really the important part of the story. The important part of the story is that at that very beginning of school, here I am, I've gone to boarding school. I know one other person in my class of 330 odd students besides me, and I wasn't necessarily that wild about her. And this was a place where I felt I belonged. I walked out on that field hockey field. I knew what to do, even if I wasn't all that good at it. I at least knew what to do. And I was with people who understood the same thing. There was this coach there who was there to watch over me, take care of me, make sure I was doing okay, even if I wasn't a very good field hockey player. And that was really important. And I think that's one of the things that being on a team and doing a sport can do for you. It can be a place where you can find your place and where you can belong. And that is really, really valuable. People who know me well, Mr. Westerberg would certainly understand this, so I think with Ms. McCormick, know that I, even if I'm a terrible athlete, I'm incredibly competitive. And I care whether I win, I care whether you all win, and I care whether the school wins. But I do actually also recognize that it's not all about winning at all. It's one of the fun parts of doing athletics is winning, and that rush of adrenaline that you get, and the excitement, and the pride, and the sense of that accomplishment. There are all tons of incredibly positive emotions that come with winning, but it really isn't what it's all about. And in fact, there's so much that we learn from playing sports when we don't win that we learn and as really valuable lessons, like resilience, like the fact that when we win, if we want to win, when we don't win, if we want to win it again in the future at some point, we have to pick ourselves up. We have to figure out what we did wrong. We have to learn from our mistakes. We have to work harder. Those are incredibly important lessons that matter no matter what you're doing in life. They extend to everything beyond athletics, and that idea of resilience, that idea of being able to come back, and I see that so often when I watch you play, when you're pushing to the very end, even if you probably can't win at that point, or you're down and you come back. It's so exciting to watch that, and that is when I'm especially proud of you all. Even if you don't win under those circumstances, because that is such an important lesson to win. And the other, to gain, win too, but gain. The other thing that you learn playing sports, which is so incredibly important, is teamwork. I mean, and this is a cliche, we all know that, but it still happens in the process of playing on a team. You really don't succeed, teams don't succeed unless the players on the team collaborate together, they work together. And that is true in individual sports as well as it's true in sports where you are actually on a field with a ball or on a court with a ball and doing something together. So that piece, again, is something that you learn from playing sports that extends to all kinds of other aspects of your life. It's part of what you will need to be able to do in a work environment. It's what you need to be able to do in your personal life, right? Is to be able to work with people. Sometimes people you don't get along with in other circumstances, but you have to figure out how to work together towards those common goals. And I think that probably above anything else is the most valuable piece that you learn from playing sports. And I was reminded as I was looking through things of the graduation speech that Abby Wambach, the great American soccer player, gave at Barnard in 2018. I'm sure some of you have heard the speech, read the speech. If you haven't, you should go find it. It's even particularly great if you listen to her, don't just read it. But she's very feisty. It's a very inspiring speech. But she has 4 messages for those Barnard graduates of the class of 2018. And I'm going to share those with you, and some of these tie with the lessons that I just talked about. They don't all, but they're all lessons worth taking away, and that as my last moments to talk to you about the importance of athletics and the lessons that we learn that we can translate to other parts of our lives. These are what I want to leave you with. So, make failure your fuel. Lead from the bench. Champion each other. And demand the ball. And the last one is the one that doesn't really tie to anything that I was talking about, but what she was really saying to those graduates is make sure you have a place at the table. Make sure that you ask for what is your due, and make sure that people know that you were there. And we know that that's what you are learning here at Holton, not just on an athletic field or in a court or in a pool or wherever it might be on a river. It's in school here in general that we're teaching you, hopefully, to know how to demand the ball and to do it. And I know you're going to go out in the world and do that, and you're doing that because of who you are will make the world a better place. Thank you.
I want to begin by thanking a few people, important people tonight. As you know, it takes an entire team to pull off what was a successful year. I want to thank the administration, the faculty, and staff for their support. I need to thank Susanna individually, Chris Lynch, our head of upper school, for their incredible support of Holton Athletics. I need to take a moment to thank all of our bus drivers, maintenance team, food staff who will provide food for us later on this evening, our security team, and everybody who helps to make the athletic program function. If we can just take 1 second to give them a big round of applause. Parents, it's important to know that we need to thank you as well for all that you've done to support your daughters, our coaches, and our entire athletic program. It's great and always so important to see so many of you out on the field, sidelines, courts, you name it, cheering on the Panthers. Coaches, I need to thank you for your unwavering dedication to Holton sports, but most importantly, your athletes, for what you do day in and day out. I know that we and I are thankful for your efforts, and I know your athletes are also thankful for all the time and the dedication that you put in for each season. Athletes, you though are the real reason why we're here. We need to take this opportunity to thank you for your passion for putting on the Holton uniform and representing us in such a respectful and truly amazing way. I know I speak for all of your coaches and parents to say how proud we are of you. This year I asked the community to focus on 3 things. We needed to continue to find ways to have more fun. We're doing a much better effort at that, but the support that these teams have given each other throughout the course of this year was fun to watch. It's something that we'll continue to build on, making spirit our top priority. I asked everybody to eliminate the self-doubt. I didn't want students to arrive onto the court or the playing field thinking they were going to lose before they even set foot on there. I know we're continuing to work on that, but please know that I saw much success and much improvement as we started to believe in ourselves much more. And finally, I asked all of you students out there to find your place on your team. Every single one of you had an opportunity to impact your team, and hopefully you felt that you did that in a positive way. I do ask, though, that you all look back and reflect upon this year a little bit. Oftentimes things happen so fast that we can forget to reflect. Think about the new friendships, the wins, the losses, your work ethic. Was it good or bad? And yes, hopefully accomplishing your goals both individually and as a team. In addition to the many individual and team recognitions that we were able to share this year at Holton, I do need to let you know that tonight, and although your coaches already know this, that as a school we finished 3rd in the overall rankings of the ISL standings. That's the highest we've ever placed in the last many years, only trailing Potomac and Visitation for the overall standings of all of our competitive sports. You all should be very proud of me. Truly a great accomplishment. At this time, I would like to invite Kate McManaman, HAA President, up to the podium to share some of her reflections.
Hi everyone. Athletics have been one of the most memorable and meaningful parts of my high school experience. I have made close friends across all grades and countless good memories. In the past 4 years, I've learned 3 simple ways to maximize the benefits of athletics, and I'd like to share them with you today. Number 1, participate. Some people separate the year based on trimesters, but I like to break up the year based on what sports season it is. I know it's fall because I grab my field hockey stick and run warm-up laps and stretch while blasting Beef's, varsity field hockey's favorite song, Country Girl. I know it's winter because my wet hair smells of chlorine, my voice hurts from loud cheering at meets, and I'm forced to wake up for Friday morning practice in the pitch dark. The spring season has not been as consistent as the fall and winter seasons for me. During my freshman and sophomore years, I headed back to the turf with my lacrosse stick, but this year I joined the track team, which leads me to number 2, Try something new, even if you're nervous to do so. This year, I stepped out of my comfort zone and joined the track team. Even as a senior who knew lots of people on the team, I was uncertain how the season would go. I had no idea what to expect, and that was nerve-wracking. How hard will the workouts be, and will I even enjoy trying a new sport? Well, contrary to my self-deprecating thoughts, I ended up having a great time. I made some new friends and developed an appreciation of running. I also learned that breathing is an essential part of running. In swimming, we train to take the least number of breaths in races, as this makes you faster. But in running, not breathing causes extreme dizziness, especially in longer distance races. Trust me, I learned this the hard way. So, try something new. You'll have more personal growth as compared to doing something that's comfortable to you. Number 3, extend yourself to others. When I first stepped out onto the field at Lucky Turf as a new 9th grader during preseason, I was nervous about meeting people, especially juniors and seniors, and completing 300-yard sprints in the August heat. As we ran our first warm-up lap, my nerves settled as a senior introduced herself and asked me about my summer. 2 weeks later, on the first day of school, that same senior passed me in the hallway and said, "So good to see you, how's your day been going?" Though it probably seemed like a simple question to her, this outreach meant so much to me. So extend yourself to others. What might be a small gesture from you could be the kindness someone else needs to feel welcomed. Before I conclude my speech, I would like to express my gratitude to some important people in the athletic department. First, I want to thank our amazing coaches for all their hard work and dedication to the athletic program. Second, I would like to thank Mrs. Seibert, our athletic trainer. The success of sports at Holton is dependent upon her shin splint rehab and athletic taping/wrapping skills, along with her fueling snacks, motive cures, and occasional hair ties. Finally, I would like to thank Mrs. McCormick and Mr. Westerberg. Without them, Holton Athletics would not run as smoothly. I would also like to congratulate Mr. Westerberg on being awarded Maryland State Athletic Director Association District 2A Athletic Director of the Year. We inducted 2 classes into the Holton Athletic Hall of Fame. Please help me in congratulating these 2 incredible athletes. So for the 2020 Hall of Fame, Ilva Bostrom-Ehrig, class of 87, Jane Kinnaman, class of 67, Arlen Katzen-Landau, class of 95, and Heather Geddes-Healy, class of 74. And then for 2023, Bailey Johnson-Schur, class of 74, Tyler Leachman, class of 02, and Candace Green-Banks, class of 98. I would now like to present the Outstanding Coach Award. This award was created by the Holton-Arms Athletic Association in 2022 to recognize a coach who the organization feels has had the greatest impact on the athletic program, both on and off the playing field. Nominations for this award are made by any student athlete, and the winner is selected by a vote of the members of HAA. The winner of this award values the success and growth of each student throughout the season and beyond. Coaches and athletes from other sports recognize the coach's dedication to athletic excellence. The coach has built an environment that encourages spirit across teams and fosters a team culture where each member of the team is uplifted and no player goes unnoticed. The coach is truly dedicated to making athletes better for everyone at Holton. This year's Outstanding Coach Award is presented to Tamika Jameson. Jameson, also known as Coach T, is the head coach of the varsity track and field team. Coach T has a genuine passion for everything she does, and I've had the privilege of being coached by her during this past spring season. Coach T's compassion and dedication to the track team stands out to her athletes. One member of the track team said, "She's an amazing coach and is always willing to help guide us through all of our meets and tough practices. Additionally, she's understanding, kind, and funny. Another member of the team said, "Coach T is incredible. Not only has she helped us break multiple records, but she's also boosted the team's morale as a whole. Coach T, Holton is so lucky to have you." At this time, as part of HAA tradition, I'll now introduce next year's president. Please help me in congratulating Eleanor Cooper.
Thank you, Kate. Congratulations, Eleanor. I want to take this opportunity to thank Kate, our HAA president. Kate, along with the entire exec board, was instrumental in getting HAA to volunteer, give back to those that are less fortunate, and most importantly, continue to support all sports here by building spirit throughout the school. Kate was an incredible leader, not only leading HAA, but also having a huge impact in free varsity sports. Thank you for your leadership. I have enjoyed working with you, watching you grow as a student athlete. Best of luck to you, and you better make sure that you come back to visit. I need to also thank Susanna. I'll try to get through this. We just have a small token of our appreciation for your unbelievable support of what you've given to Holton Athletics over the last 16 years. I've been here longer than you, I will say that, but just know that you are at every game, every contest, no matter where it is, home or away. The Holton community thanks you for everything that you've done and wishes you nothing but the best in your next journey. From what I hear, you're still going to be working a lot next year. Just make sure it's not too much. We've been blessed with such an incredible leader over the last 16 years. Please come forward to accept just a small token of our appreciation. I would also like to recognize a coach who will be retiring after 37 years. This also will be hard for me to get through. She has held many roles, but for the most part, been the staple of either our track and field or cross-country program here at Holton for her tenure. Tony Henderson, you will be missed not only by the hundreds, maybe thousands of athletes you have touched, but also by your peers and colleagues. Please come forward to receive a small token of our appreciation. those of you who don't know, I definitely have an emotional side, but we're going to miss you too, trust me. At this point, I would like to recognize our All ISL, All Whimsical, All Met, and other All League honors. If these students could please come forward to receive their plaques. All ISL honorable mention, Tatum Goldblatt, basketball. All ISL cross country, Gabby Berman. All ISL cross country, Ella Moore. All ISL volleyball, Leah Abu. If you guys could come over here, that'd be great. All ISL field hockey, Kate McManaman. All ISL field hockey, Emmy Hakatani. All ISL soccer, Foley Robertson. All ISL tennis, Charlotte Klein. All ISL tennis, Kai Wells. All ISL basketball, Ella Moore. Swimming, Sophia Ambrose. Swimming, Kira Johnson. Swimming, Nadia Thomas. Swimming, Courtney Watts. Swimming, Joyce Wu. All ISL lacrosse, Madeline Feldner. Lacrosse, Maddie Mitchell. Softball, Hannah Wiseman. Softball, Sophia King. Track and field, Ella Moore. One more big round of congratulations. Congratulations. Next, I'd like to recognize our all whimsical and all Mago athletes. For swimming, Sophia Ambrose, Lindsay Albach, Lily Darcy, Kira Johnson, Oma Nadu, Lily Rogers, Nadia Thomas, Courtney Watts, Joyce Wu. Our all Mago honorable mention for hockey, Elizabeth Farland. Second team, Montgomery County for basketball, Ella Moore. Second team, all private school, Ella Moore basketball. Big congrats to them. like to recognize our All Met honorees. These are athletes that are recognized by the Washington Post as some of our top athletes in the area. Please come forward upon hearing your name to receive your certificate. All Met honorable mention, Ella Moore, cross country. All Met honorable mention, Emi Hakatani, field hockey. All Met honorable mention, Elizabeth Farland, ice hockey. All Met honorable mention, Nadia Thomas, swimming. All Met honorable mention, Joyce Wu, swimming. Congrats. Please know that our spring All Met have not been announced. That usually happens the first week of June. Please keep a lookout, as I'm confident we will also have some spring inductees. I would now like to recognize these athletes that broke records throughout the course of the season. If these athletes could please stand and remain standing to be recognized. Indoor track and field, Gabby Berman, 800 meters. Ariel Trodik, triple jump. The sprint medley relay of Avery Simpson, Ariel Trodik, Ellie Gillespie, and Gabby Berman. The 4x2 relay of Ariel Trodik, Maddie Mitchell, Avery Simpson, and Ellie Gillespie. For spring track and field, our 4x2 relay of Oma Nadu, Avery Simpson, Ariel Trodik, and Marley Curry. In our 4x4 relay of Avery Simpson, Ella Moore, Marley Curry, and Oma Nadu. Congratulations on breaking those records. We would like to recognize those athletes that have competed in every season while at Holton. We know that the dedication that you bring to each of your sports is truly a remarkable accomplishment. These athletes have participated in Holton Upper School athletics for the last 12 seasons, and without them, we wouldn't be in the place we are today. Please come forward to receive a small token of our appreciation for all that you have done for Holton Athletics over the last 4 years and 12 seasons. Alex Finch. Marley Curry. Catherine Price. Zoe Verbisi. Lucy Weems. Congratulations. To our younger athletes, I hope that number continues to grow. At this time, I would like to recognize those athletes that will continue playing at the next level. Please stand and remain standing the entire time. Sophia Ambrose, soccer, Columbia University. Lynn Child, lacrosse, Bates College. Emmy Hakatani, field hockey, Johns Hopkins University. Kira Johnson, swimming, Washington University, St. Louis. Marley Curry, track and field, Dickinson College. Leah Ibu, volleyball, Butler University. Madeline Feldner, lacrosse, Columbia University. Amy Liu, fencing, Northwestern University. Kate McManaman, field hockey, Bates College. Samantha Tate, lacrosse, Johns Hopkins University. Ariel Trodick, track and field, University of Chicago. Zoe Revisi, lacrosse, Colby College. Courtney Watts, swimming, Boston College. Joyce Wu, swimming, Northeastern University. The biggest class we've had in many years that will continue on to play their dream. Congratulations. Seniors, I just need to say, you have truly left your mark on Holton Athletics. Your incredible leadership, your amazing talent, your willingness to do what it takes for your team, and your ability to relate and allow for all members of your team to feel welcome are just a few of the highlights that make you all very special. A small, but I mean small, token of our appreciation is a bag outside when you go out to the cookout that has a t-shirt in it. Wear it and represent. Make sure that you always remember what you've done for Holton Athletics. At this time, I'd like to call Kate back up to announce our first award.
Mrs. Gardner Emmons graduated in 1933. She was an outstanding athlete during her years at Holton, and shortly after her graduation, she established the Cassie Johnson Athletic Award. This award goes to that student who has contributed the most to the athletic program by their enthusiasm, athletic ability, sportsmanship, and attitude. The award is determined by a vote of the members of HAA, and the president is not eligible. This year, the award is presented to Ella Moore.
Betty Wood's Nevitt Award was given for the first time in 1987 in honor of Betty Nevitt, who served on the Holton-Arms faculty for 35 years. It is given to a senior who has exemplified the qualities that Betty Nevitt sought to instill in her students: good sportsmanship, courtesy on the field, team play, perseverance to excellence, and the adherence to the Holton motto in Wamium and Facium. This year, the award is presented to Sophia Ambrose. Suzanne Bailey, a 1987 graduate of Holton-Arms, excelled in athletics during her years at Holton. An award in her name was established in 1991. It is presented to a junior or a senior for outstanding achievement in the school's interscholastic athletic program. The recipient must have achieved a superior level of skill in her chosen sports or sports, and by her personal commitment to excellence in sports, have made a significant contribution to the success of the Holton Interscholastic Athletic Program. The Suzanne Bailey Award is presented to Madeline Feldner and Ella Moore. thank two more people. First, I would like to thank Maureen Seibert. And Maureen deserves a huge round of applause. We are so lucky to have Maureen overseeing all of our athletes on a daily basis to make sure that they're healthy, happy, and able to compete at the highest level. Maureen, just know that we are thankful for everything that you do. You know that those flowers are from me just to you. You know how much I love my flowers. I had to say that's all right. But honestly, thank you for everything. The kids have said it all, but we are so lucky to have you. Appreciate that. I need my flowers. Yes, please, Kate. I need to thank Janet McCormick as well. Even though I am the director, as I've talked many times, it takes a team, and without Janet, I wouldn't be able to do what I do. Whether it's the behind the scenes of getting the flowers prepared for us tonight, and or the helping with scheduling, refereeing, making sure that we're at games, whatever it may take. There is no way possible that I could do what I do without the help of her and others. And so Janet, please take these flowers and enjoy them. I hope you will take the time to read through the program, which lists all of our award winners from this past year. All athletes nominated for Panther of the Week can also be found on a link that will be provided when we email everything out later on this evening. Those nominations, just so you know, came from either the captains and or the coaches throughout the entire season. As you leave the theater and head outside for some food and fun, please know that there's a table set up outside on the front circle with all kinds of pins, H's, stickers, bags for our seniors that you can enjoy. I do ask that only the seniors take what's in the bag. I hope you've enjoyed the awards presentation. I look forward to seeing you outside where we're going to eat and enjoy some great food and fun. Thank you.